to use music when we are having yoga and meditation practices.
Yes.
It's the best.
It's great.
You remember when we did the, what is it called, the technique, the humming
What is the name of this pranayama?
Brahmari?
Brahmari.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Practice.
one of the peaks in our last teacher training when everyone was just laying down and did that humming together. Yeah. All right. Enough about music.
Yes.
We both have love for music and singing. And next year we will release an album.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Everything is possible, right?
Fall in love and stay there.
Yeah. Or just enter the singing booth and stay there.
Yeah.
I'm watching this Netflix documentary about Jimmy Iovine.
Yes.
Jimmy, how do you say that his name?
Levine. Okay.
And Dr. Dre.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know a lot about Dr. Dre, but this Jimmy guy, he's really interesting to watch. And the way they were working in the studio back in the 70s, they had to stay for hours. And he had Bruce Springsteen coming in, and these guys are just obsessed with music. He didn't even want to be in the studio, but they could be there for 12, 14 hours, and you just stay there and stay there and stay there. And
until something cracked open.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah, sometimes breakthroughs come from insisting, right?
Yeah.
To stay there, and it's like, okay, at one point you start to lose shape, your hair start to stand up. You are like,
because when people are doing music, they are connected to the source, right? And it comes out in creativity, like art or books or music. Then you just follow something you can't describe.
Yeah.
And you just stay there. And sometimes I can be the same way. I can get so obsessed with something and I can't sleep, I can't eat. I just have to, I don't know what it is, but I just have to get it done.
I have that sense with a book that I'm writing. I have all these Post-its on the wall, like 100 different Post-its with different things that I move around. And last night I was putting things in the dishwasher. So it wasn't like really a profound thing. But then a thought came by, was right across my heart. It was like, okay, this is it. And I left everything over there and I ran towards my office and I started writing Post-its and moving Post-its on the wall. And then a sense of,
this is it.
Of release. It was like, okay, now it makes sense. And then I came back and my husband said, are you okay? Yeah. I had this idea because it looked like you were running towards the toilet. And I said, yeah, I can relate to that feeling because it was a sense of liberation because something just made sense for me. And I have this sense of like...
But did you rearrange all your Post-it notes on the wall?
Not
because
all of
I've
them.
seen that wall and it's, I don't know how many Post-it.
More than 100.
Yeah.
I moved a couple of them because I realized that to create like the frame of what I wanted to tell in the book, I had the problem of where to start and where to end. And I remembered that I had the idea of writing a book about chakras, and I started writing about this. And then I finished a teacher training in Buenos Aires, and I went to London with my husband, and I had these mala beads that had been with me since I did my teacher training and everything, and it broke. The rope.
Was this before or after your injury?
No, it was prior. I was in London prior.
So this is prior
my surgery.
Okay.
So it broke.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, because this had been with me since I had been in the ashram for my teacher training.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know that when that happens to a mala is because you achieved, hopefully, the potential that you were trying to imprint in the
I
in
didn't
the mala
know that.
beads.
I didn't know that.
You choose a mantra, you use the same mantra over and over again, and when it breaks, it's because that potential is liberated.
Yeah.
And my mantra was related to Ganesh to release or destroy all obstacles. And after that, everything went south. Everything was like a complete chaos and mess.
But why do you think everything went sour when you were completing a cycle? Or shouldn't it be good? Or was that beginning of a new cycle?
I think it was the beginning of a new cycle, but I got really scared because it was a constant. Everything changed in my life so many times.
From that moment where the mala bead broke?
From the moment that I got the mala beads, because I started my yoga journey, and I stayed with these mala beads for a lot of years. And then when it broke, it was like, okay, something's missing. I felt odd that I didn't have it around my neck, and I knew it didn't make sense to tie it up together.
Yeah.
So then I went to London. I felt I was going to die there. And when I came back, I got my diagnosis, and then I got into surgery. And 1 year, I didn't have any mala beads.
Okay, but I feel like the mala beads was almost like a warning.
Yeah.
I
realized that last night.
Oh, you realized that last night?
Yeah, because
when you tell the story, sorry, but when I just get so, when you tell the story, it's just obvious, because that's why I said I haven't heard that the mala bead should break when you end something. I don't know where that's from, but
it's in the Hinduistic tradition. The mala beads are tied together with a cotton thread.
Yeah.
And when that cotton thread gets broken, then the mantra that you were working with is liberated into.
Okay.
But I didn't want to release those mala beads. Those had been with me I still have them.
Yeah.
But I don't use them. And I felt like a sensation like loss.
Because you could have, when that happened, you could have felt, oh, I am liberated now.
Yeah.
You could have turned it into something good, but actually you felt
that
bad about the beads breaking.
Yes.
Even if you've been taught that it was a good thing.
Yeah. I felt, okay, now there is something missing. I don't know what I'm going to do. And all the obstacles that I had then, I was trying to prevent myself from something going wrong.
Yeah.
Being vegan, almost a vegan, practicing yoga meditation every day. And clearly I couldn't. And then I went, I had no mala beads for more than a year. I went to the TEDx talk in the Dominican Republic 1 year after the surgery. And when I came back to Buenos Aires the next year, someone gave me a new mala bead. And this is the one that I still have today. I'm not going to tell you what the mantra that I'm using is, but it's...
Now you have to. what? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. You can just whisper.
It's a mantra connected with the connection between the real and the unreal, the light and the dark, the mortal and immortal. Is Asatoma Sat Gamaya, Tamasoma Joitirma Gamaya, Mirtior Ambritat Gamaya. May the unreal become real. May the darkness become light. May the mortal become immortal. And that is the one that I have now. And I realized that everything happened between I didn't have the beads. That what I want to tell in the book, it was like between this mala broke.
So the book will start from when the mala broke, because that is kind of the beginning of the journey where...
Yeah.
And then you discovered that you had a brain tumor shortly after that happened.
Yes.
But when you look back, before the mala beans broke, do you feel like life gave you other clues that something was off? This is something that's very interesting because my mom died of cancer, and she was healing other people with cancer.
Yes.
So that was kind of a paradox that she died so fast. But me and my dad spoke about it, and he said she had all these clues, you know, but she didn't want to listen to them because of fear. Yeah.
In retrospect, I think I had them. When I was 16 years old, I wrote a piece about a guy dying of a brain tumor.
No.
Yeah.
When you were 16?
When I was 16. And when I went to do my checkups, because I had some symptoms and all that, everything that the doctor said, I felt like, no, it's not that. It's not that. This is not enough.
Was this before you discovered the tumor?
Yes, because
so you were feeling bad. You were feeling sick, and then you went to the doctor to just have a checkup, and then they didn't find anything.
No, first they said it was vertigo. It was connected to the ear. Then I was losing strength in my left arm. I lost my night vision. I had mild high pressure in my left eye. My left tonsil was like super big compared to the right one. Everything now that I'm telling you clearly feels connected, but the health system doesn't see you as a whole. So it was like, okay, I go to a throat doctor and he said, well, you have the left tonsil enlarged. You go to the optometrist and he says, yeah, you know what, because of your age, it's natural to have a little bit more pressure in the left eye than the right one. When you go to check your ears, you say, well, the right ear has more, you have, your hearing is better in the right ear than the left one. But since you're left-handed and you had been using maybe the phone too much, that happens a lot. You have less hearing in your dominant hand side, and everything had a justification, but for me it was like
you could feel that something was off.
There was something off. And 2017 was the first year that I did the teacher training, living in Norway and then traveling to teach. And I finished that training and I wanted to do something nice with my husband, so we went to London and we did everything that we wanted to do. We booked like a nice hotel. We went to have afternoon tea in a great place. We went to see the Harry Potter play. We went to parks and we did everything. When I think about it, it looked like it was going to be my last trip on Earth because we did everything.
Yeah.
And then I got into, my husband likes to buy second-hand vinyls. And I'm going to tell you this now. My husband doesn't know my version of what happened. My husband left in the morning to go to Angel, to a place in the south of London to get a couple of second-hand vinyls that he wanted to get. And I was having a very strong headache, so I decided to stay at the hotel. I said, you go. We needed to go to Harry Potter's experience later. So it was like, you go, we meet later. And then I went to the toilet and I was going to shower. And I had like a blinding pain. And I fell onto the floor and I thought I was going to die. Like literally dying. In my mind, I was like going back and saying, okay, did I do everything that I wanted to do? If this is the moment, this is the right place. I said to my husband that I love him. I finished this beautiful course. I am in a city I love. If this is it, I am fine with it. And I passed out.
Wow. Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
What makes you think, we all have been sick or have experienced things or maybe fainted. And what is the difference when you feel like this is it, I'm going to die now, compared to, let's say when you get food poisoned or you just have a lot of pain, but you don't think I'm going to die?
Here it was the sense of me leaving my body. It was, okay, my body's not responding anymore. I feel I'm losing life. It wasn't pain. I don't know. I had headaches because of my brain tumor, but
Yeah.
I had kidney stones that are super painful. I had panic attacks when I was in the corporate world, but
Nothing was compared to this.
no, I always had the sense that whatever it was uncomfortable, super painful, and I needed to overcome it. This, it felt like the end of the road. It felt
Yeah.
like, okay, this is
It's
it.
like something you have to experience to understand.
I feel, yeah, maybe it is, but I don't know if someone fainted and you feel like the world around you is dissolving and that your body's not holding you anymore.
When I was younger, I could faint sometimes, but
Yeah.
that was never linked to a feeling of, oh, I'm going to die now.
Did you ever dream about falling off a cliff, for example?
Yeah, but then I just say, okay, this is it.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the thing. This is it. This is it. There's no way out.
Yeah.
I woke up some hours later in a puddle. I'm not going to describe, but like complete mess. I showered myself the best that I could. I dressed up. I sat with a cup of tea in the kitchen of the kitchenette of the hotel room we were, and I waited for my husband to come back. And he said, "Okay, how are you? Yeah, well, I took a painkiller. I feel a bit nauseous. Okay, do you want to cancel? Because we can stay." No, we bought these tickets so many months ago, and we came here for this. Let's go and do this. And we went.
And you didn't tell him.
No, I didn't tell him what happened because I couldn't believe I was alive after that. It was like, okay, this is something.
I'm going to see this Harry Potter show, even
Yeah.
if it's the last thing I do.
Even if I don't know if this is going to happen again. I don't know what the fuck it is. And my husband told me, "You're snoring in a very strange way that night."
Yeah.
And so we came back the next day to Norway, and I went to a doctor and told him, "I don't know what's wrong, but clearly it's not anything that you told me."
Yeah. So you went straight to the doctor?
I went straight to the doctor. And that I told the nurse that was in the front desk. And she said, "You know what? Your doctor is not in. She's giving birth, so you have a replacement." So I went in. I started to talk with this guy. Funnily, he was very connected with Argentina. He's a fan of the Rolling Stones, and he travels to Argentina to see Rolling Stones because he feels that is a magic, different experience. And he said, "Are you interested in taking an MRI?" I said, I would do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know, because, and he said, "Maybe it's the neck. I don't know. You can try."
Yeah.
So I asked for an appointment. The appointment was like 3 weeks in the future. And I told him about this. He said, "Yeah, let me make a couple of phone calls." Like, I'm very cool and relaxed. So a couple of days later, I went to do the MRI, and I finished the round. And the doctor, the technician said, "Are you? I would like to use. Sorry, I forgot." He said, I need to use contrast in this." Okay, and how long is it going to be? No, I will need to do like 15 more minutes. I was like, what the fuck? Have you ever done an MRI? It's
No.
like being inside of a toothpaste tube. It's
it's the small,
it's
the white machine,
yes, the white
right,
machine
that you go
is
into.
very narrow, and you are there, not being able to move with very loud sounds.
I haven't broken a bone in my life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Keep it this way. I trained people to go to MRIs using like special sounds and everything. And when I was there, it's like, what the fuck? I had been cheating all these people all my life. This is so much worse.
Yeah.
So the guy got me back into it. And I arrived home, and I started like having my clients online, as I usually do. And I saw a phone that I didn't have registered, calling again, and I had to say to this woman that I was talking with, I'm sorry, I need to cancel because I don't know, someone is calling me and it seems like it's urgent. And the doctor said, I am sorry, there is no right way to tell you this. Are you with someone? No. Okay, we will figure that out later. There is a mass. We found a mass in your brain, and you need to go to the hospital right away. I don't remember what happened between that moment and when I saw my husband. I thought that I met my husband at home. Apparently, we met in Stortinget. I don't know how I got there. I have like 1 hour and a half that is blank in my mind.
But you had a tumor.
Yeah, and I was in shock. I asked the doctor, I don't know how many times, is it cancer? Is it cancer? Is it cancer? And he said, you know what? It doesn't look like it. There is no way to know it. It would be good for you to get it checked as soon as possible. But why the urgency? Well, you have some kind of swelling. It would be good if you can go and get it checked. He was trying to be cool. When I arrived to Uleval, they said that they couldn't believe the amount of swelling that I had in my brain. So I could have a stroke, like
any day.
Possibly what I had in
London was a mini stroke.
Was some sort of reaction to the swelling. Luckily, I didn't have any neurological damage that was permanent, and I could recover a lot of things after the surgery. But that was like the turning point. So when I saw the mala breaking, because I was trying to concentrate on my way back from London to Norway, I was in the plane and I was doing meditation with the mala, and then it broke. I was like, no. And when I think about it now, after last night, it was like, okay, all this was piling up to this moment where I clearly see I was like trying to create a wall and hold a wall for things not to change instead of flowing with what I needed to change.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the most important things that this experience taught me was not to try to be in control and to live with the impermanence and to live with the changes instead of trying to create this perfect lifestyle that is going to save me from, no, it's not going to save me from anything.
Yeah.
That I realized last night when I was putting things in the dishwasher. It was like, okay, this is the frame. Now I understand what I had been doing. I was like, talk to the hand. No, nothing is happening. And on the other side, something was brewing inside of me, asking me to take care of this.
Yeah. But when you explain it like this, do you believe that this was created by some kind of control need you had, or
the tumor or my lifestyle?
Yeah, your lifestyle.
My lifestyle was created from fear.
Yeah, and the fear came of you wanted to control your environment, or
because if your life is not controlled by love, it's controlled by fear.
Yeah.
Right? So everything that I created around, it wasn't, some people say, oh, this is nice because you went into yoga to become a better person or to enlighten yourself. Or I was trying to control things so I could ensure that nothing was going to get fucked up.
And I think this is very important to understand when we are taking just a few lines out of a bigger thing. Like, your thoughts can make you sick. Like when my mom said, you have to let your emotions out, because if not, you will get sick. Or if people think, if I think bad thoughts, I can get sick. That's not really the case. You have bad thoughts, and that creates a pattern that again will create what you said, lifestyle. So everything is connected. So it means that your thoughts in itself, they can't make you sick, but the thoughts can affect your choices and your actions. And in the big picture, that is your lifestyle. And the lifestyle makes you sick.
The neuropsychologist that worked with me after the surgery, he said that Luckily, I had yoga because he said, I don't know how you did it. Because of the level of the swelling that I had a very fed up recovery in some things.
I remember you called me and you said, Kim, I have to tell you something. Yeah. And then it was like a couple of months later, like, yeah, when can I start teaching again? And I'm like, you will not start to teach yet.
I know I want to. The funny thing is that I had to apply to myself everything that I taught to others in terms of meditation or resilience or, okay, it failed, it doesn't matter. Do you need a cane to stand up? Use it. You need a walker? Use it. You need to ask for help for someone to shower you or to clean your ass. You know what? Let's start with that. It will move forward. And that was the first thing that I asked the doctor when he told me, okay, you need to go to surgery. And was, okay, am I going to be able to practice yoga again? My husband was by my side and he looked at me like, why is this so important? Because there are other things that were more important than
can
that.
I walk and can I move my arms?
Yeah. It's like, am I going to lose the hearing? Or because some people lose or hearing or sight or the movement of the side of the body where the tumor is, because mine was in the cerebellum, which is the part of the brain that controls the whole half of the body.
I'm very curious about the answer because you can hear all these stories where doctors say you will never walk again or you will never this again. And you see over and over people are proving wrong.
The neurologist the surgeon that worked with me, he looks a lot like Batman, like Michael Keaton. And that gave me like a sense of trust in what he said. It was funny because it is a face that I already knew.
Yeah.
And he was Batman. He said, I saw very amazing things in my life. And I believe that you can do, I don't know,
anything you want.
You can do whatever, and you will have a lot of tools also. This is a good country.
That's a good answer.
It's a good moment to have this kind of surgeries. I do maybe 50 of these surgeries a year. And this is one of the best hospitals in the north of Europe for this. So whatever it is that you have after the surgery, we're going to work it out. So don't get fixated on that. That was what he said to me. And to my husband, he said, you know what? I need to inform you because you're his next of kin. We don't feel that anything is going to go wrong, but these are the possibilities.
Yeah, but he said that to your husband and
not to
you.
me.
Okay.
Because he was afraid of my reaction. And I was worried about to be able to hold the practice that made me possible to go through this.
Yeah.
It was a very strange experience in that sense. Yoga taught me a lot, and it helped me a lot during my recovery also. I don't know. I think I can live with other things that I lost. I lost the possibility to do certain things that now I feel that they are very little. I don't miss them anymore. And it gave me a lot of new things. I can see again at night. I don't fall asleep in parties. I laugh more. So I think that the idea of the impermanence of not being, the first thing that I wanted was to try to come back to the person that I was. And that person died.
Yeah.
I learned to love the person that I am now. Let's keep it ever evolving and not be set with certain things that you want to have in your life in the future. It comes and goes, and today is this and tomorrow is that. Impermanence is uncomfortable, but it's also leaving everything in in the territory of possibility. Everything can happen. If it's set, if it's this, and we want this security, right?
But do you feel like you lived very in a set?
Not anymore.
No, but before
that, there were fears that I was trying not to confront.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have some sort of control in my life. Even though I was a yoga teacher.
But you were aware of that before this happened?
No,
but,
I wasn't.
Okay, so this is something that you were conscious of after.
Yeah, I thought I was a free person that really enjoyed what I was doing.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you wasn't even aware of that before this happened?
No.
But you could see it so clearly now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's a funny thing because when people see you from the outside, they see the same person because it's kind of the same face and the same voice. But when I hear myself in the recordings or when I see pictures or when I see the emotions that I have now that I didn't have then, it's a complete different person.
Yeah.
I had to learn to love the person that I became. I think that Tantra and yoga helped me a lot into that.
Yeah. Wow, that's thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Intense story.
It's that's what happens when you go to the dishwasher. And
yeah, by the way, it started with a dishwasher, and you say, yeah, it's just a
thought. I need to. I feel
not a profound thing.
Not a profound thing, but there are moments of realization.
Everything can be profound.
Yes.
And you know, one of the biggest tantra teachers met his teacher in the fish market selling soup. So, yeah. It's very tantric, this story.
I believe that there are moments where we can find ourselves in the most. The only thing is awareness just to be there with whatever comes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.